Welcome everyone. I'm Joe McKendrick, contributor to ZDNet and Forbes, and we're here at the Adobe Summit in the think tank, where we hold compelling discussions on topics relating to new technology and what marketers should know about new technology and trends. I'm pleased to be here today with Tamara Gaffney, and your title is, let me check that again.
I'm Principal Analyst of the Adobe Experience Index, which we just launched today.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And tell me a little bit about what you do at
Adobe?
At Adobe, yes.
Well, I have the great honor of being able to try and help our clients have better experiences. Of course, most of us at the company do. That's what we all do in business nowadays is help make those great experiences. But what I end up doing is helping to quantify how to make those experiences. And the Experience Index is launching here. It's a survey right now of 1,500 US consumers who've told us what their expectations are around specific kinds of examples, experience makers, experience breakers. And we're rolling out the other side of the coin, which is what our business is doing about it. And we're coming up with this idea of scoring and trending to help us figure out where we are and what we need to do to become better at experience business.
And we're talking about digital experiences, is that correct? Or is
there
customer
really any
experiences?
difference? I mean, let's think about it. Almost everything has a digital component to it nowadays. Whether you are in store, you have your phone with you all the time, there really is no such thing as digital different from anything else in my world. And I don't know if you'd agree, but for me, I now say this is all, experiences are all digital and all over the place.
Exactly. And Tamara, before this session here, I was thinking, we're in Las Vegas now, and I want to relate the experience I've had with my bank.
Okay.
Okay, I'm coming to Las Vegas, so I need to notify my bank that I'm going to be in Las Vegas, or else if I use my card and they see a transaction coming out of Las Vegas, they might lock the card down.
Right.
But with my bank, it's not with every bank, with my bank, the process is you would have to call an 800 number, be on hold for about 20 to 30 minutes to get someone. Then when you get someone, you have to give them all your information, account information, and where you're going and everything else. It's a 30 to 45 minute process just to give them a travel notification.
Time for that.
So I've been complaining to this bank, and I'm a vocal customer, I guess. I've been complaining to my bank about this, and finally they responded and said, well, you can go to this, just click on this one folder in our website and scroll down to the bottom, and there's a place where you can send us an email. Click on this link to send us an internal secure email. And in your email, tell us where you're going, what your travel plans are, and what your card numbers are. And I'm thinking, wow, that's really a clunky, convoluted process. Yeah. It's just almost just as bad as having to call that 800 number and wait on hold. I mean, talk about a negative
and no feedback,
experience.
Right?
No feedback. And yeah, by the way, they have not responded to the email I sent. I tried it out, and I have no idea if I can use my card here.
A perfect example is actually one of the specific questions we asked in our survey for consumers to rate on the financial category. We did 4 categories. We did travel and hospitality, retail, we did financial services, and media and entertainment. And we kind of picked ideas of, like I said, the makers or the breakers. That would be a breaker. Yes. And these rolled up under the 4 tenets of an experience-led business. And those tenets are know me and respect me, kind of a big topic nowadays. Mm-hmm. Delight me, so innovation, new things, pushing forward. Make technology transparent, which is exactly the fail you're referring to right there, right? Mm-hmm. There is something about technology that is not working for me. And in your case, I want to be able to do something I can't do online, and I need to go to the analog world and I don't want to. And the last one was speak in one voice. So those were the 4 tenets that we mapped all of these ideas into. And we looked at whether or not you were either expecting an experience, either you've come to expect a negative experience, or you've come to expect a positive experience, all the way out to the edges, which is, I'm so irritated by this that I'm going to tell other people, like you just told me, or promote it on social media that I didn't like this experience. And I actually take pictures of what people say on Facebook, my Facebook feed, if they're complaining or promoting a particular experience, because I think that's helpful. Then on the other side, are they going to go tell their friends, this was an awesome experience, you should go try it? So those are the kinds of things that we're trying to quantify in the Experience Index.
That's great stuff. And so you spoke to about 1,500 consumers, is that right?
That's right.
You interviewed 1,500 consumers for this study that you just released today?
Yes.
How did you identify these consumers? Was there a particular type of consumer you
Yeah,
sought to?
they're all age ranges. US only for now. We are going to be launching in a few other countries. Germany, France, UK, Japan, India, probably Australia. So some of the big markets, because most of our clients are global and they need to figure out how to deliver experiences not just to Americans. But that was also fielded in a digital way, so you know that they're digitally savvy enough. So we broke that into age range information, which is also fascinating.
Yeah, I saw some of that data. It appears that the younger people are more likely to be frustrated with their digital experience.
So the way it works, so right now the tenant that I just mentioned that is not doing well is Speak in One Voice. And we'll talk more about that, but the one that's doing the best is Know Me and Respect Me. Now I will say I fielded this right before all of the conversation about privacy and data use and all that stuff happened. I'd be really interested to see the media impact on that one. But what we found is that the youngest category, which people call Gen Z, I'm just going to go ahead and say, I hope it's not our last generation. I really like to call them creators or crafters, so I'm putting that out to the universe every time I get the chance. But we looked at them, they're 18 to 24 in our study. Then we looked at the 25 to 34-year-olds, 35 to 45-year-olds, and then 50 to 65 and 65 and above. What we found is, and we'll call that second group millennials, what we found is that the millennials were the least satisfied with their digital experiences. But actually the Gen Z or crafter group were more satisfied than the millennials. And I thought to myself, why could that be? What do you think?
I don't know, maybe because they grew up with all this wonderful stuff around them.
And so they appreciate it more?
They appreciate it more. They're used to getting everything on demand the minute they need it.
It could be. I need to study this more. But my suspicion is that they just aren't consuming as much. That they're too young and they haven't got enough money.
Yeah, that's true.
And so they don't really know yet what they're going to be frustrated by. The older group, which I fall into, is more satisfied with their experiences. But when we dug into the data, what we found, and this is kind of a sad note, is that we have become less likely to complain because we have really come to expect a negative experience at the older age ranges. And so that's why it's not, we've kind of learned helplessness in a way about it, whereas the millennials still have that youthful exuberance that they can change the world. And they're gonna, darn it. So that's the situation that we're seeing. But even at the best, so I mentioned all these tenants, the best tenant was Know Me and Respect Me, and that came in at a 61 out of 100 score. So this is a scoring mechanism that's kind of similar to a grade point average or a test. And a 61 out of 100 was kind of D minus, so that was the best we did. So then we have a lot of room to grow and make experiences better.
So there's in some areas customers reported delight, consumers reported a sense of delight, or businesses have been able to delight. What are they doing? What's working? What's working?
Yeah, I know. Let's
How
go
are customers
positive, right?
being delighted?
Yeah, customers can get delighted over things like being able to skip the check-in line at the hotel and go straight to their room with their mobile app. That's something that delights them.
It's pretty neat, yeah.
Yeah, but what we did find is when we asked about certain government interactions or other types of interactions that wouldn't be as common, we wouldn't do as often, we found that those were not as impactful. Not to say that they're bad, but we are telling our clients here at this conference today that we should focus on those experiences that we have touch points more frequently. Those are the places where you need to delight. So I'm guessing you travel a lot and you have to deal with this experience of calling and spending your time on hold. That's a frequent touch point scenario. Those are the kinds that we need to work on first.
And digital plays a role in that, right? Digital helps.
Like I said, digital plays a role in everything.
Yeah, digital plays a role in everything. Okay, great. Unfortunately, we're out of time. Any more thoughts for our audience?
Well, put in the comments what kind of experience makers and what kind of experience breakers you've had. Love to see your ideas, because we can put those into action and see how big a deal they are at the US stage here.
Okay, great. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks Tamara for sharing your insights
Thanks
on
for your time.
this wonderful new survey you've worked on.